everybody. Happy Monday. I say happy Monday, obviously, of coursely, because it is sister with my little barrettes. What do you call them? I don't know. Trying to keep them even. Anyway, happy Monday. Of course, obviously. I say Monday because today is Monday here in San Antonio, Texas. It is around 8:40 a.m. Tarot card Puppy Banjo has already ate his treat. It is he ate both of them. He had two. I think he might be sitting on one. I'm really liking this bell shadow I have here. I think that's nice. So anyway, welcome. Today, it being a Monday, 8:40 a.m. Okay, we got that meeting, got those minutes. Welcome, me and Tarot Card Puppy Banjo's tarot card reading, and I'm wondering drawing or not. You want to know why? So yesterday I was planning on making this video, but I didn't. So I was like, okay, I gotta do it today. Why not? Banjo. Oh no, he didn't eat it. So he was sitting on. Should have made this yesterday, but here I am making the video today, and it's Gypsy's birthday. My mom's dog's Gypsy. Her name is Gypsy Selena Miso Zoo. That's her full name. It just says Gypsy on her name collar though. But anyway, we each got to choose a name. My sister Kimmy didn't choose a name for some reason. My mom chose Gypsy, Tracy chose Selena, and I chose Hamiso. And then later on I added Zoo. But anyway, it's her second birthday today. And I'm wearing these little pink things in my hair in honor of her. She's a very girly dog. She likes a lot of girly things. So I said, you know, why not? So anyway, it's her birthday today, and my mom has a hair appointment. Tracy has to go to work at Michael's. So we're thinking after my mom's hair appointment that we're going to go to Dutch Bros and get Gypsy a pup cup. Because at the Dutch Bros coffee, it's a drive-through coffee. You don't dine in. You just, you know, get your coffee and go. They have really cool pup cups. They have this really cool, it's a paper cup, and they put some whipped cream in it, and then they put a dog treat in it. So we're going to go to Dutch Bros and get her a pup cup for her birthday, like we did last year. So anyway, I'm wondering how long my mom's hair appointment is. And so we're going to go ahead and get started on this tarot. You see here it has had the dog tarot, right? So this is what I do. I put my dragon tarot in the dog tarot because it's very safe in this box, obviously, right? So it is in fact the dragon tarot, in case you're wondering. I have in fact removed the Empress card. With that being said, I think we can go ahead and get started. I was thinking yesterday that we can do the 7-card spread. We've been doing the card tarot spread a lot, so maybe we can do the 7-card spread. I'm wondering if I should tie my hair like this. One second. Okay, I just changed my hair real quick because it's kind of hot. It's nice to have the sun in my room, but it is kind of hot. Let's gotta get this hair out the way. So anyway, if you're wondering, this is Togetherness pair. I said, you know, it kind of matches this painting over here. Obsessed, a fuggler. The butt is a button. It's a Care Bear Fuggler collaboration, so it has a little Care Bear thing like that. Or it's just a heart. It's just a heart. I don't know why. I just think they're so funny. Tracy says, it's the teeth that does it for me, or else I would like them. And I said, oh my God, it's the teeth that does it for me. I absolutely have to have them. I go to Target and I see them all over there. So I'm like, I want this one. So what am I going to do with all this stuff when I leave this house? 9107, finally. I say, you know what, I'll probably give it to like Banjo or some other dog I may have. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. We're doing the 7-card spread, also known as the cat stretch, also known as the horseshoe. And I couldn't really think of a theme to have today. It is a Gypsy's birthday. She's a Leo, and she's very much a Leo. She likes attention. She want to make sure she's not, if one of the Banjo or one of the other cats is getting attention, she makes sure that she gets attention too. So I counted as she's the youngest. She was brought into the home from Snipsa, and so she just want to make sure that she's getting her attention too. That's why I say she's a Leo. Little shining personality there. She's a really good dog, and she's really good with the cats too. Just like Banjo. Banjo's really good with cats. He grew up with like, how many cats did you grow up with? 5 of them? So, so anyway, as far as the theme, I'm not really too sure. I guess again, we'll have tarot card book reading, so just flip over. Okay, Banjo. He's eating his peanut butter. I don't know if y'all could hear that in the microphone. The sound quality might not be so great, so you cannot hear Banjo eating his peanut butter. Anyway, all right, Banjo, you ready? Ooh, the King of Swords reverse, Banjo. And here we go. A King of Swords Dragon Tarot reversed is a question mark. So this King of Swords, did I say Queen? I meant King. This King of Swords upright. Okay, go Booby. Is you've won the battle. Now you won the war. Now you have to win peace. Every time I see this card, I think of that. To me, it's an Audrey Hepburn movie, but I think it's like an actual book where it's called War and Peace. So it kind of reminds me of that. I've seen the movie War and Peace, but I think I've only seen it once, and it is quite long. But really what I remember about it is this house, and it's kind of big, and I think there might be like a glass room, or maybe no, it was a conservatory or something. But yeah, this card is very interesting. You've won the war, now you have to win the peace, and it's a question mark. Banjo, I thank you for the card. Video. So, what I'm getting at is I don't remember the War and Peace movie with Audrey Hepburn, and I never read the book, so I really couldn't tell you what exactly this card means. To me, this card is a bit confusing. Um, and especially as the King of Swords, you've won the war and now you have to win the peace. You would think that that would be like a knight, maybe even a page or like a certain number. Maybe like 5, 6, or 7. Maybe not so much the lower numbers. I don't know. Of swords. 5, 6, or 7, 8, 9, 10 of swords. But here it is, the king here in the Dragon Tarot. So I think that's a very interesting. With that being said, I do think this King of Swords, and nonetheless, is notwithstanding, is a positive card to get. Right now, with everything kind of hidden from us, I would say whether upright or reversed, I guess we'll have to see in the rest of the reading. But so far, I think it's a very pleasant card. Usually, the kings in the other tarot decks are one of those cards where the upright is positive, the positive meaning, glass half full, and the negative, and the reversed is this negative meaning, glass half empty type situation. That usually happens with the king cards. It's a cut and dry in the minor arcana deck suits. But here it is, the King of Swords. I am a tarot card reader. I do happen to like the air element, and seeing the King of Swords again, it's reaching the highest potential, highest level, kind of this kind of a fulfillment type thing, like kind of like a dragon. It kind of represents this fulfillment of a journey type situation. So I would say, I'm not really sure the meaning of the card. You've won the war, now you need to win the peace. Especially as an air element king. But with that being said, I think overall this is a positive card. Thank you, Banjo. He has on his snack bandage shirt today. In honor of Jesse's birthday. Okay, let's see our past. Ooh, Two of Cups reversed. This is interesting. Emotional connection. I thought I knew this card by heart. A new relationship starting or a new phase in an existing relationship. How can I forget this card? Anyway, this is like in most tarot card decks, this Two of Cups is a lot to do with romance, sweethearts. I'm reading this book. It's a fiction book. It's called A Solace Glen Honeymoon by Susan S. James. And it's just a fun kind of fiction book to read. And anyway, one of the characters, it's kind of hard to tell. It might be written in a different time, but in today's time, if it was, if this show was created in 2026 on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and choose your streaming service platform, we would have certain preconceived. We would understand. We would say, "Oh, okay, we know exactly what's going on." And the police was interviewing them because there was a murder. Oops, I don't want to give it away too much. But anyway, so the police is interviewing this the relationship between these two people, and she's like, "Oh, there's no commitment. I was a fool to think anything." And then so the police was like, So, would you categorize your relationship as a sweetheart? Oh, a joke. 1 second. So anyway, this card is a 10 times out of 10 a romance. This isn't just kind of like cups can be like love's feelings, dreams, emotions. It can be with family. It can be with friends. Maybe even a type of commitment in a business relationship. But this Two of Cups specifically, and from what's been my experience as a tarot card reader, is 10 times out of 10 romantic relationship. So I think it's interesting. We have it here in the past, and it's reversed. Um, this being the King of Swords here, I'm wondering if it's a new relationship or not. It being the King of Swords, I would have to assume this is not a new relationship. Which means a new phase in an existing relationship, or romantically. So, question mark. Oh, but yeah, something going on there. Some sort of sweetheart, something, some sort of, what do you call it? Maybe it is a new relationship, but maybe or it was because it's in the past, or past, right? Maybe it's a new relationship, but maybe for some reason it's the same elements and the same structure as a past relationship, the one before the one right here in the past. Like maybe you got out of a relationship, but then you got into a new relationship that was exactly like your last relationship. For whatever reason. So let's see the present. The Hermit reverse. This is very interesting. This is our first major arcana deck card. This is another card that I really like. The Hermit. They say is an earth element in the Crow Tarot, which I like the Crow Tarot because they give the major arcana deck cards elements. You know me, I really like the elements. It just kind of helps explain things. I feel like it's like I can understand it more when I know the element. I don't know. But this Hermit card is a very interesting. This like in a lot of the other tarot decks, here in this Dragon Tarot, this Hermit card represents a dragon in isolation. A dragon kind of separated from his clan. And I forget what this means. I'm gonna have to look it up. We're getting a lot of reverse cards today. I know here in this Dragon Tarot deck, they have a spread. What is this spread called? I don't know, but if the first card that it actually has like 10 cards as a spread. If the first card is reversed, then you have to change the position of all the other cards. The first card has to be upright as far as the meaning is concerned. But here we're not doing that spread, we're doing the 7 card spread, but I'm just noting. Learning, studying, I guess. And this card is very interesting because I think, especially in today's society, since we're so connected, right? It kind of a point of contention, I think, for better for worse, we're so connected. But one can argue, I don't know, that's just something that people do, right? How connected we are and stuff like that. But anyway, um, this card is very interesting to get. Here, if you look at a lot of the cards, kind of basic elements of the Hermit card is somebody who's off alone, personified by some sort of darkness, and to include this kind of a lantern or light to kind of illuminate this kind of knowledge and wisdom type situation that you get from um, either your alone time, either from kind of this inner wisdom, inner meditation type situation. But anyway, the upright meaning for the Hermit card is withdrawal or reconsideration, and the reverse meaning is isolation and alienation. I think in today's society, seeing as we're so connected, it doesn't really matter maybe what your career path is, what your lifestyle is. You might hear those words, and those you might automatically have a negative connotation with it, right? Um, but considering our a King of Swords here, and considering we have this Two of Cups card, and I really like this Two of Cups card. Um, I usually think it means something very positive, and here in the Dragon Tarot, the major arcana deck cards, it could have an upright and reverse meaning that's positive and negative. But with the minor arcana deck, with the four suits, cups, coins, swords, and wands, it's just a question mark. It's not really necessarily so negative. So this question mark can definitely be this kind of air element, right? Here in our Thanks to Banjo, our center theme is War and Peace. He's taking a nap. Anyway, um, but nonetheless, as a tarot card reader, I really do like the Hermit card, and again, it's one of those cards that I like all of these cards. Okay, to me, these are very positive cards. If this was my personal reading, I'd be like, okay, things are going really well. I really like these cards. Um, but this withdrawal and consideration, I think in today's terms, I really want to tread lightly because this being connected and stuff like that, I think is such an interesting, as far as the sociology is concerned, way of looking at our society. Um, since like the 2000s, is that when people had landlines? Is that when the internet was here? Anyway, um, I could think maybe this hermit crab can also be kind of like a military type of lifestyle, military versus a civilian type situation. This doesn't necessarily have to be a negative. This withdrawal and what is it? Reconsideration, isolation, or alienation. Okay, cosmic energies from the Draconis constellation. Withdraw from the world of a solitude, from the world of solitude of meditation. These are two rays of light. So I'm guessing that's where he gets his channels his lantern here, a six-pointed star. I'm guessing that's where he gets a lot of his inner wisdom, this illumination, this if you were to say third eye, it would be quite religious. Here it seems sorry, quite spiritual. Um, but yeah, as far as the Hermit, I really like the card, and that's what it means. Um, and I really don't want to contrast it with how connected we are in with our society that we have today. I just really want to emphasize that these words, withdrawal, reconsideration, isolation, and alienation, don't necessarily have to have a negative connotation with them. But like I said, I don't want to compare and contrast the two. But yeah, with that being said, I think these are very positive cards. If I had to put all of these cards together, I think this is very interesting. I had a very interesting environment here. I'm thinking War and Peace, and maybe The Art of War, right? That one book, The Art of War. I think it's Sun Tzu or something like that. I don't know. Let us know in the comments below. Feel free to enter into the conversation if you know anything about that book, any of those books. But yeah, I think that this is a very interesting. I would say this might be indicative of a kind of this strategy type of environment. Kind of if this, I say the book Art of War, and it doesn't resonate with you at all. Kind of like a chessboard or a chess game, right? It's a kind of environment that we have here. Things have to be calculated a bit. Things have to be there's a certain pieces that can make certain moves, and you have these pieces, and your opponent has these pieces, and you have an opponent. Um, I'm thinking that these are reversed and together, past and present. I'm thinking maybe seeing as we have the King here, and then we have these Two of Cups. I'm thinking that there's an unwillingness to sacrifice your romantic relationship here in the past. And here, this Hermit card, I think is an interesting card to get as far as this kind of a protective and defensive energy. Um, there are things I think that we're willing to be sacrificed in this kind of Art of War, War and Peace, chess game, chess board environment and mentality. But your romantic relationship is not one of them. And I would say there's a lot to offer here. There's this kind of protection here, and this protection is very strong but gentle. You have this very strong kind of willing to go into isolation. I say that like figuratively. Willing to do all of these things, but also has this little light of a lantern here that represents illumination and inner wisdom. And here in this Dragon Tarot, the race of light and the Draconis constellation here. So I would say this is a very pleasant and very a protective type tarot card spread that we have. So that's nice. All right, so let's see our hidden influence. The Hanged Dragon reversed. Again, another reverse card. I would say that this is a very interesting card to get as a hidden influence. I would say it is very positive. Here, this Hanged Dragon is a bit different than the other tarot card decks that I've Danielle's tarot card reading. Here, this hanged dragon is protecting the tree. The tree is kind of like the fruit of knowledge or whatever. This tree has some. He's protecting the tree. I'm gonna have to look up the meaning again. But anyway, um, uh, the hanged dragon. He's a reverse, but the when you reverse the card, the head is up and the tail is down. Um, and the hanged dragon, much like, not much like, but also the devil card here in this dragon tarot really has this play and contrast between dragons and humans. So take that for what you will. Let's see here. The hanged dragon, which is after justice. Seeing the world as if it were upside down, topsy-turvy. Oh, it's the tree of life. Duh. Okay, I don't know why I didn't remember that. And that's King Arthur's shields. I don't know. I think is King Arthur, is he a mythological? Is he like a fiction? I've seen that movie Quest for Camelot. The Sword in the Stone. The Knights at the Round Table. But anyway, because it says the bones of mortals. If King Arthur was not mortal, he's just kind of a character or something. I just say character. Myth, like Homer, Iliad, Odyssey. Anyway, then maybe this shield can have a different meanings. If a King Arthur maybe was an actual person, I don't know. Maybe he gave his shield because he's the Knights at the Round Table, right? Anyway, I digress. As your tarot card reader, this is how I think about these cards. Okay. So anyway, um, a slightly different tone than the other Hanged Mans in other tarot card decks. I think this is a very interesting card to get. As far as our King of Swords here, whether upright or reversed, um, this winning the peace, you've won the war, and now you have to win the peace. This is the way to go. This is the way to do it. I don't know how that this trajectory would not be doing that. Um, so yeah, hidden influence is the tree of life, and the dragon protecting it, kind of in a sleep-like state. Um, but I think when you like meditate a lot, and here we have the hermit here, it's just your mind being very calm and at peace and stuff like that. So yeah. Um, in the other tarot card decks, this the Hangman card can represent uh, difficulty. But again, I think the tone is a little bit different here. The dragon is protecting the tree, and not that you're suspended from a tree or a cliff, or I forget what the hanged cat was, and the hanged dog is in those tarot decks. But anyway, um, I think just a bit of a different tone, kind of the same theme. being in meditation, but just kind of a different kind of perspective and a different tone. This dragon here is protecting the tree of life and um, at a state in which others cannot achieve, even if they try to do so. Um, and seeing the world as if it were upside down or topsy turvy, I think that's very interesting. I think uh, uh, I want to say this lack of materialism that is kind of really being hinted at here. Um, but I kind of hesitate to say that considering this King of Swords card. Um, maybe there might be an environment that needs to have the King of Swords upright, this air element. The king is the highest you can get of the air element suit in the Minor Arcana deck. Needs to be upright, and I think there might be a bit of a frustration as to why this card is reversed um, for some reason, and it could be indicative of this hanging dragon, the hidden. Um, Seeing the world if it's topsy turvy. So let's continue on. Let's see what our obstacle is. The Eight of Swords. This is a very interesting. We get this Eight of Swords again, another reversed card. Frustration, the need for patience, can't see a way out of a problem. I should remember that, but I get the 8 and 10 mixed up a lot. Anyway, the need for patience, can't see a way out of a problem. Now, this is also very interesting to get as far as patient, or as far as the obstacle. Seeing, considering all of our previous cards, I'm wondering if this is our obstacle or not. I would have to assume that this is an obstacle that's not for us. Us being these, was it 1, 2, 3, 4 previous cards. I'm thinking this Eight of Swords reversed here is probably an obstacle for our adversary, our antagonist, which I guess is unknown for right now. Here we go. Yeah, so far I think our obstacle is this hinted at, indirectly seen by this lack of focus on materialism, I think. And I think it has a lot to do with this the topsy-turvy um, reversed King of Swords and reversed everything, right? Um, yeah, so it seems like there's something out of place, and I'll see y'all in part 2.